Hey guys, Justin Brock here, the Medicare Guru. Today I got my throwback Medicare Coach shirt on, but I wanted to take a minute to fill in the blanks. Over on Medicare Academy, we have some slides that we have been trying to round out and provide some information, and I'm going to have some more individually contextual information on this topic. What I'm going to talk about is traditional marketing. So first I want to set the stage. What is the difference between traditional and digital marketing? So there's different types of marketing. There's face-to-face marketing, which would be like referral and seminar style marketing. Typically, even if you're doing seminar marketing, you're having to find some sort of traditional or digital marketing to fill that seminar. But referral marketing is a whole different scenario, like BNI groups, all that kind of stuff. So there's different levels or types of marketing services, right? Digital versus traditional. Digital is where you're using lead generation online, Google, SEO, paid social traffic. Those are digital marketing strategies, and they're the hot buzz out there, right? Then there's direct mail that isn't what I would call, what I really believe in, now some people probably would, into traditional marketing. There's a type of direct mail, these black and white cards that you send out, and they look super official. People fill them out and send them back to you, and you go knock on your door, and you're like, "Is this you? I'm here with these state-regulated plans." That is lead gen and not really marketing. So I want to take that away from marketing, right? Now you can do some digital lead gen that isn't marketing too, like setting up bogus, goofy Facebook accounts and having the most generic ads in the world, just trying to collect data. Those are lead gen tactics. We want to get away from lead gen as much as we can and propel ourselves into real marketing. How are you marketing yourself? How are people learning your name when you're not in front of them? Okay? How are people learning your business's name when you're not in front of them? And there are two ways to do that other than in-person marketing like BNI and referral marketing. And that is digital, where you're using, you're using online media to get your name out there. Organic SEO can get your name out there. It's kind of lead gen as well, but typically you're getting your name out there because you're building real content to get shown, right? It's not eye grab that you're getting on your site, and you hopefully have a really good site, very informative site, and that's how you're really winning them over with an online resume for your business. Now, you can also take paid traffic on social, send it over to funnel pages or websites, and you can try to warm it up and you can still create a lead out of it, but you're creating a warm branded lead out of that traffic, right? So those are online or digital marketing scenarios. For the rest of this video, I want to talk about the traditional side. Traditional is going to air in newspapers, radio, television. Another one would be like billboards or sponsorship ads, like if you have if you're in the Boosters Club and you put your sign up on a baseball field or in a basketball gymnasium or something like that. Those are traditional marketing. They're branding. Now, traditional marketing is not old in Medicare yet. So in a lot of, if I'm trying to market to a 13-year-old, traditional marketing ain't the way to do it. Even maybe a 25-year-old or 30-year-old, traditional marketing, not what I'm doing. But for the Medicare community, traditional marketing is still working. There's that group of people still paying attention to those things because they've already been programmed to pay attention to those things over time. So we're looking at television because they're still watching television, right? Now, are they on digital? Yes, they are. They have made their way to the digital sphere. That is absolutely certain. They have made their way to the digital sphere, but they're still paying attention to the traditional forms of marketing. They're going to be more apt to look at a billboard. They're going to be more apt to pay attention to things that are advertised that way. They're going to be more inclined to look at, or listen to a radio commercial than the rest of us are. Most of us are probably going to put, if you're under a certain age, you're going to put on a Bluetooth device into your car, and that's it, right? You're not listening to things through the radio. Now, I still listen to a little Sirius XM, But like, have I put on FM or AM in years? No, I haven't. I'm listening to Bluetooth or Sirius XM, and really I prefer Bluetooth myself. So, and I'm 32, so I know that people under that wouldn't even really recommend the radio at all for them. But for that other market, I would definitely look at it, and it's working if you turn on any of the news stations on Sirius XM and you listen to the ads that people are playing month over month over month and year over year over year. Let me tell you, if Humana and United Healthcare or know anything about traditional marketing, I mean, surely they realize they're not wasting their money because they're putting millions and millions and millions of dollars into television ads. I don't think they're wasting it. Okay, could they be more effective with that money digitally? Potentially, but are they being profitable with what they're doing? Potentially. So why stop, right? Why stop? Why am I going to stop something just because I can do it over here? Well, do that too. But if I'm already profitable with what I'm doing, I'm not going to stop that. I don't tell anybody to stop what they're doing. Oh, you're making a lot of money doing what you're doing? Stop what you're doing. Doesn't make any sense to do that. So I wanted to set the stage there so we can kind of break down these other traditional marketing, avenues and the ones that we believe actually do work and what levels you should try them in. So on traditional marketing, I believe that television and radio work in the senior market, but you have to use them long term and be able to commit a significant investment. It's not like buying leads where you're going to get that instant return of a lead and go knock on their door. When you're doing traditional marketing, you got to put it out there long enough to wait for somebody to look at it and be like, well, damn, I've been hearing this guy for 3 months. Maybe I should give him a call. That's what it takes. And the longer you run it, the more impact it has because it's indoctrinating enough people. Even the people that at first think the commercial's goofy, if they hear it long enough, they're starting to think, well, maybe is who I'm going to go to. Or maybe 62-year-olds were hearing it and they weren't responding, but now they're turning 65. You've been running it for 3 years. You got them. They're already in the niche. They're already in they're already heading towards your funnel because they've been in it for so long. Okay, so those work, but they're expensive. They require time investment. Billboards, as far as traditional media goes, for me, they're a last cog in the machine. They're kind of a dominance factor. Let's throw them up in town to let people know that I'm here, can continue to create extreme relevance. If you're going all in on billboards, I'm not a big believer in it, although I know some guys that spend a ton on billboards up in Indiana, and they do really well at it. Now, they've been using tons of billboards for decades, and so there's something to that long-term effect. Most people can't afford to really ever see that effect because they don't put it in there. Do billboards work? Probably. Lawyers seem to think they do. Sponsorships, I think sponsorships are good if you get some face time with that sponsorship. If there's no direct face time, there's no time you actually giving checks away, doing charity, that kind of stuff. I don't really believe too much in that. Maybe a little bit if it's very inexpensive. And then the last cog in the machine, the newspaper. I think the newspaper is a good thing to try. It's typically pretty inexpensive in a lot of rural markets, and so you don't have to net very much to be profitable. Remember, if your commission breaks you even year one in Medicare, then it's lifetime residual or multiple years residual after that, and you're already broken even. You've made your money back on what you spent into it. So, one of the guys I listen to a lot, Russell Brunson, says, I'll spend $1 today to get $1 back tomorrow, anytime, if I grabbed up attention with that time. So sometimes even if you're not making money and you're getting attention, that's great. Well, Medicare, cool thing is if you use a first year break even, you can actually spend your entire first year revenue getting attention, and then there's already built-in residual income on that. See, some guys are going out trying to sell a can of Coke, and they don't even want to make money on the can of Coke. They just want to make Coke bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So they'll market at a loss almost just to get their name bigger and bigger. So there's a lot to be said there because a lot of people are so cheap that they want to see that instant gratification on the first dollar they spend. They're not really willing to invest or lose or suffer in the interim to build a brand out of traditional marketing. And that's why traditional marketing is a lonely space, because only the guys that really, really are confident in their long-term plan play in that world. But it's real. Now, tying traditional marketing back into digital. Now, what I think is digital marketing is starting to overlap with traditional marketing. What I mean is people are on their phones enough now, you can start to use digital marketing strategies that mirror the viewing habits of people who watch TV or use the traditional media sources, right? So the guys that used to read the newspaper for 40 minutes every day, the guys that would go watch TV and binge watch it for 3 or 4 hours, some of those same people now are binging on Facebook. They're binging on, just going on surfing on Safari or Google Chrome on their phones. They're going on their phones and they're spending, tons of time on Craigslist and all these different sites, Fox News, CNN. They're on all of these sites on the internet, just strolling, reading, checking their emails. They're spending more time doing that, playing little games, watching videos on YouTube, spending more time doing that. And I mean, even it's overlapping into the senior community, especially the ones that are just now turning 65. A lot of them are spending more time doing that than they are consuming those traditional media sources. Now, it's still a mixture, so it's still working on both sides for us in the senior market. But if you can use traditional media subconscious indoctrination tactics, like what television commercials really are, they're just indoctrinating you with that, Coca-Cola, 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 polar bear, polar bear, polar bear. They're indoctrinating you to want that. Like, I want a Coke right now just thinking about it. On Facebook, you can use it to actually show educational, real, good, high quality, delivering content through paid traffic for nothing more than you want viewership, right? So you're putting it out there for viewership, getting in front of people's faces and not asking for anything in return, but you're building that subconscious indoctrination. And then with the retargeting strategies, you can create tiny little custom audience of people that you're indoctrinating, and they think you're, holy crap, you're so big because you're now indoctrinating the hell out of them with all this content. They don't know that you're not really spending that much money because you're only showing it to exactly who you want to show it to. Whereas on old traditional media, you got to show it to everybody. Now again, the spinoff of that is showing it to everybody. Sometimes you're getting those people indoctrinated that you don't even want at the time. Like, I might only want to market to people 64 plus, but if I'm marketing to the guy that's 60 now, and I keep marketing to him until he's 65, boy, is he indoctrinated. So, and again, you could use that tactic over on social. So you can go on social and absolutely deliver indoctrinating videos to people that are 5 years out from being on Medicare. If you want to spend the money. There are people doing it now, I promise you. You're not going to be the first one to do it. Just don't be the last, okay? Because it's coming, and these people that are focusing on lead gen now are going to be out because, we're in that thank you economy, or these people are looking to do business with a certain person. They're not just looking to be called up out of the blue, duped, and never talked to again. So I hope that helps break down traditional media and the overlap to digital media, so you can see that advertising in both realms works, and you could utilize one over the other to, use those same strategies in both spaces. That's my take on traditional and digital media. It all works. And remember, something I always live by in marketing, everything works a little, nothing works a lot. And if you find something that works a lot, it's not going to forever, so you better keep it to your damn self. So, all right, guys, I hope this helps. Traditional media, digital media, just get out there and freaking advertise and quit buying leads. Build a brand, get people to want to do business with you. Don't get a name and a number that you got to beat down their door and inconvenience them all the time. I mean, that's great if it's working for you, but surely to God, you want to climb out of that black hole of death and, be a real business that people want to do business with. Medicare Guru, signing off.